Many of you know that about half of all businesses fail within the first 5 years. And it's not because people are not trying. Trust me, they're trying very hard. It's usually because they don't actually know if they're making money. So on the channel here, I see the same things over and over in my comments. People will make comments all the time about saying that the fees are too high. They'll say things that, items that won't sell or that they're only making a few dollars. But the real problem is, guys, that it's not the platform. It's not knowing your numbers. And oh, by the way, if you're new here, I'm Dave. This is Retired with Purpose. So in this video, I want to break it down in just a simpler way for you to think about this. You can actually make this work. Um, many of you know my background. I had my own retail store for 40 years. So the reason I'm telling you that is that the angle that I come at this, I'm not guessing. I know what it takes to be profitable in business. And I use the same business techniques that I use in my retail store here on eBay and on YouTube and all of my online opportunities that I take advantage of. I want to just on this video take you from a mindset of hobby to business, just so you have a better understanding. You will not hear me say the fees are too high. You will not hear me say that an item won't sell. You won't hear me say any of those type of things. And I would warn you, watch the naysayers, watch the gurus that have no experience or very little experience telling you things that can't sell, can't work. It may not work for them. Trust me, it works for me. So you're not going to hear those kind of things out of me, but I hope to help you turn this hobby mentality over into a business retail mentality. So let me ask you, if you went and started your own business and it's a hobby, it's whatever, snowboards, and you go to Main Street, America somewhere and you set up your shop and you don't know any business principles, well, you've got a really high chance to be one of those 50% that fail in the first 5 years. I don't do that. I apply my business knowledge to all of the different things that I do. So that's why I tell you that the angle that I come at this, I'm not guessing. I'm not. I know what works, and I'm going to share those things with you. So I just want you to kind of change your thought on this particular video so you can see what I'm saying. Why making a sale doesn't equal making money. Let's say for fun that you are trying to do your best to make a lot of sales and you're offering free shipping and you're buying stuff cheap and you're trying to sell it even cheaper and you sell $100 worth of goods. And out of those $100 worth of sales, you net $20. Well, then there's my store where I watch my numbers. I watch what I buy. I watch my shipping. I watch all of these things and I sell $50. But because I know my numbers, I also net $20. I know my numbers. So that means that I know what I bought will sell. And I know when I ship something, I'm not going to lose money in shipping. I know that you've done twice the work. You've bought more items. You've listed more items. You've sold more items. You've packed more items. You have more expenses in all of those things than I do, but we netted the same amount of money. That's why knowing your numbers is so important. So you're not going to hear me say things that items won't sell because I check to see if they're going to sell before I buy them. So just knowing those true costs, your buying costs and your shipping costs, knowing those things It matters, and I don't guess. So we're going to do another video about shipping because it gets I get asked about it all the time. And just basic overview. There's three different ways that you can ship. You can offer free shipping, and trust me, there's no such thing as free shipping. Somebody is paying for the shipping. And if it's free shipping, you're paying the shipping. That's one. Second way is flat rate shipping. Flat rate shipping means that you're charging a flat rate. You're going to make some on some of the shipments and you're going to lose some on some. And you're hoping to balance it out at the end of the year so it's a wash. You're hoping. You're guessing. I don't hope. I don't guess. I don't do that. I use eBay's calculated shipping. eBay calculates the shipping. After they calculate it, they give me a discount. So I know, I'm not guessing, I know I'm going to make a couple dollars on everything that I sell. Now, people will say, yes, but I can sell it cheaper. Guys, think if they're looking at two items and the item's identical, and it's the same model and so on, and mine's $3 more than theirs, the $3, they may not be my customer. $3 is not the only determination if they're going to buy or not. The pictures are a determination factor. The description is. If you're using the video feature that eBay offers, that's another determining factor. There's lots of different things, the lighting, all kinds of things. So to think that that $3 difference is what's going to make or break the sale, this just may not be my customer. I want you to start thinking of margins instead of sales only, because sales does not tell the true story. How much profit margin you're making, that's the true story. Now, let's talk about when you buy. When you go out to buy something, and I have videos about this, there's a thing called sell-through rate, shortened to STR. That tells me whether or not I want to buy the item. If it has a good sell-through rate, which means I know when I buy it, it's going to sell, then I know if it's a good purchase, if the price is right. Now, people have asked me, what about when you're checking items at a yard sale or in a thrift store? Does that bother you? Well, honestly, early on, it did bother me a little bit, not much. It doesn't bother me at all now to check. But when it used to bother me, what I would do when I went to a yard sale, I would look at the items I was interested in, and I'd even jot those items down. Then I would go back to my car and I would look those items up to see if it was something I wanted to buy. But today, trust me, you're not going to be the only person there looking up items. There's going to be a lot of resellers and they're all looking up items. So I would not worry about that. And the other thing too, they don't know if you're looking that up. Everyone has cell phones. They may think you're texting a friend or something. They have no clue. So that fear shouldn't even be there. I would not even worry about that. Now, one of the things that people ask me about is inventory control. I use a bin system. So on my plastic bins, I have letters and numbers like A1, B2, so on, and I put my items in a bin. Now, people ask me how I know where everything's at. Well, eBay gives you what's called a custom label SKU. When you list, you will see custom label SKU. And that field on that listing is for your eyes only. So you put in there what the bin is, like I have B4, and I can say where it came from, like a thrift store is TS, and I paid $2 and I put $2. So I know what's in every bin, and I know where it came from, and I know how much it costs. Now, one of the things that people ask about too a lot is in taxes, what about buying at a yard sale? When you go to a thrift store, you can get a receipt and so on, but what about a yard sale? Well, what my accountant has me do is I just keep a journal, and actually it's right here. that I actually make. This is a little plug for my little journal, which is a reseller purchase logbook that Amazon has. And in fact, I'll put a link for this down in the description below. So on that logbook, it's just the basics. It says what the item is, it says the date, and it says the mileage that I spent to get there. It's just basic. It's just a journal. But the cover lets me know. I can tell at a glance what that is, and I just keep it in my truck. So that's how we do the yard sales, no receipts, is keep a journal. Writing things down instead of guessing, that's the way to do it. Track your costs, staying organized, all those kind of things will help you. I have a few notes up here, so I make sure I hit all of these things for you. Pricing strategy, STR is king, guys. Now, let's say you've made some bad choices. We've all done it. You buy something that you think will sell and it doesn't, or it's not what you thought it was, or maybe it used to sell, but it doesn't sell today. Well, there's several things that you can do with that. One, of course, is you can redonate those things back. You can sell them locally, Facebook Marketplace, that type of thing, or you can run an auction. And that's what I do. If I have items that I'm done with, I need to get them out of here, I just start a low auction, take an item that starts at $1 and see where it goes. Now, will you sell some at $1? Yes, you will, but not all of them. Some of them are going to get bid up. Have you ever been to a real auction, a live auction? People get into bidding wars. And some of those items can go 10, 20, 30, $40. So what we do, we call it price averaging. My wife and I, running our retail store, we price averaged. Some things we may have taken a little bit of a loss on to get rid of them. Other things we've made more than we thought we would. And when we look at the price average, we did fine with them. Remember the shipping. If you have your shipping set up properly, the way I set mine up, I always make a couple dollars on the shipping too. So I never lose by doing that. And I'm able to clear out that old inventory, which definitely helps your attitude and get you uplifted. Those old things are gone. And now you can be excited about going out and sourcing some new items. Just start thinking, running it as a business instead of just a hobby. Be careful of the naysayers. Lots of people out there dabble in things and think, oh, that won't work, or I tried it. Your aunt's cousin's uncle brother tried it one time and it didn't work for him. You're right. That doesn't work for you. You need to open your mind, learn how to approach it in a business-like manner, and you'll be surprised. Trust me. And as far as the platforms, eBay, YouTube, the other platform, they're not the problem. Guys, the fees are not the problem. You have to account for the fees. Shipping, not a problem. You have to account for the shipping. I'll tell you, I know what fees are. Trust me, a brick and mortar store, and you know rents, and you know the overhead costs, the utilities, and the payroll, and the advertising, and the insurance, and on and on and on. Those are real fees. Costs a lot to be in a brick and mortar store. This, you get a worldwide platform that you can sell on for very little money. And I actually have videos up showing actual black and white sales so you can see how much it sold for, what all the fees were, and how much they deposited in my account. Guys, I really hope that this helps you. I'm trying my best to help you out. If you have questions, please put them in the comment section. I'll be happy to look at them, and I read them all, and I'll do my best to answer them. Like and subscribe, guys, and I will see you on my next video.